Greetings, greetings. It's Mikael coming back, and we have an amazing segment right now. This segment right here is our traveling and the African diaspora segment, where we have different people from around the world coming together to give us information about traveling, relocating outside of America, and how to gain resources, keep resources with sustaining outside of America. And all these different guests we have right now are actually from America, but they have took the time to travel and relocate outside of the African diaspora. Our first guest is Lisa Riley. Lisa Riley is currently right now in Mexico. And just to give you a little bit about Lisa, she's a founder and CEO of 1 Degree of Separation Synergy Services, and she's a global entrepreneur, an advocate for female entrepreneurs, curates economic development events, and she's currently located in Playa del Carmen, building with other Black expats on resources and sustainability. Next, we have our good sister, Victorious Juan Gero, and she is based out of Oakland, California, but in 2020, she relocated to Accra, Ghana. And right now she is doing her business out there, which is Khalifa Consulting, where she does a lot of consulting with Africans and Americans and get people to travel to Ghana, to relocate, show them resources, and get them access to land. So we give thanks to the sister Victorious for doing that service. And lastly, we have a good brother, Johnny, but he also goes by Soul Charge. And Johnny is another Oakland native, and he is an instructor for Soul Charge, where he teaches people about spiritual practices, about life development, and gets people to come together for solidarity. So we have these three guests coming on to give us a lot of information, to share their experiences with travel and surviving outside of America. And we want to get everybody encouraged just to be able to be free and take your time with travel and not be afraid or scared. So please take the time to listen to these great experts, and we'll tap in with you soon. Peace.
Lisa Riley here from Richmond, California, and San Jose, California. I left the Bay Area last year, 2021, and I escaped because of economic reasons. I have a nonprofit called 1 Degree of Separation Synergy Services Women of Color Global Entrepreneur Network, where I created a platform for underrepresented Black female entrepreneurs and women of color to promote their businesses. I held 2 economic development conferences and did a series of webinars and seminars in collaboration with SBA, SBDC, and the Department of General Services. And I was having challenges funding my nonprofit, and I decided to come to Mexico because of the COVID and because my consciousness was evolving. I had done some work with Village Connect. I had got exposed to Repaired Nations, but it was time for me to go. And so I landed here in Playa del Carmen last April. And as some of you guys may know, Black folks are moving to Mexico like crazy. Mexico is growing, it's tripling because of the economic advantages and because of the racism and disparity in the United States. I have 2 groups here, one called the Black Female Expat Sister Circle of Mexico, where I have over 600 women planning to move to Mexico, and some currently living in Mexico. And I also have an organization that I just developed called Hermana. You can see our painting back here in Mexico. Sister to sister, Black, Brown, Latino, Afro-Mexican sisters partnering and building together. The concept is for us, if we're coming here to this country to live off the resources, we should be partnering with the locals, with the local Mexican Latino sisters that have small businesses, as well as learning about the indigenous communities, as well as, a lot of us are not aware, there's an Afro-Mexican community here, descendants of the slaves here in Oaxaca, Guerrero, and Veracruz. And so there is such rich resources and opportunities here for Black folks that are coming here. And I want to create a platform and an infrastructure to provide information and resources, because we need to do things differently in this country. If we're bouncing here from the United States, we need to do things differently, create a strong infrastructure, provide resources. Mental health is a big issue. People are coming here, bringing their businesses. They charge in US dollars here. And we're dealing with pesos. And here, the income level is a lot lower. So the average household income here is like $500. And so there are a lot of people bringing their individualistic, capitalistic mindset here, when a lot of people cannot afford it. We're just trying to survive here. And so I just held my very first event, Hermana, where I engaged Black and Latina female entrepreneurs to host a vending event. I had keynote speakers with sisters that have grown their businesses here in Mexico, and other, I also recruited sponsors to help pay for the event and materials for the event. And I also used and partnered with a Mexican sister that has a holistic space here. She has a healing holistic space. You guys may know Mexico has a lot of energy here. There's an energy vortex here that's drawing all kind of healers and spiritual people, but it's also drawing people here for economic reasons. And so I'm here, I'm creating a home. I'm creating a safe space for people that want to come here and learn about Mexico, learn about Playa del Carmen. I've built relationships across the country. Mia was just here and met some sisters, and we're talking about partnering with Repair Nations to build a cooperative here and do education, because people are coming here bringing their individual businesses here, and some are failing. They're going back home because they can't make the kind of money that they expected to make. And then you have a lot of top-heavy businesses, but we're not partnering. We're not collaborating. We're not building. We have the capitalistic, individualistic mindset. And so I want to change the narrative and hopefully partner with some of you guys to come here and explore and build with us here in Mexico. How am I doing on time?
There was just a warning that went into the chat. I believe you're just about there.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any comments?
Peace, Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Victoria.
Yes, my question would be, what are some of the, I'll say, challenges there for you?
For me, I'm loving it.
Or not even just for you, maybe for
In
others, just
general.
what comes up so we can be prepared when we want to build and bridge with you all.
Education is an issue here. Each of the regions, I'm in Playa del Carmen, I'm about 50 minutes from Cancun. The larger regions are like Oaxaca, Veracruz, Puerto Vallarta. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm closer to Cuba and Florida, and then you have the Pacific Coast. We need, because such large numbers of people are coming, primarily women with children, we need educational resources to provide for mothers, single mothers with children coming here. That is a big issue. I'd like to do eventually fundraising, crowd development resources here for the Black and Mexican female entrepreneurs. And also just creating an infrastructure where we can all communicate across the country, across the region. And so I'm talking to other people in other regions to have those conversations to see how we can connect and build together.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. I also had another question. I wanted to know, with so many African Americans traveling to Mexico or moving to Mexico, how do the indigenous people, how are they taking it? Are they welcoming to us? Are they embracing? Has there been
That's a
any
good
rift or
question.
energy? How is that?
That is a great question.
Gentrification, have you noticed like we're the gentrifiers of Mexico? Can you speak to that at all?
All that's going to happen anyway, just like anywhere else. But the indigenous people, a lot of them have a concern because we're coming here and we're not learning about the culture. We want to come here, we want to go to the beach clubs, and we want to party and shake our behinds. Okay, for the most part. And when you come here, I have my residency here now. I have my temporary residency here in Mexico. So I plan to stay here, and I'm semi-retired. And so I want to come here and learn how to do, grow gardens. So I'm connected with a community that's doing ecological stuff and growing gardens and stuff like that, and looking at sustainable communities. We need to learn how to become sustainable, but we need to learn how to partner with the local. We need to learn Spanish. We need to learn the language so we can connect better with the locals. Gentrification is happening because the country of Mexico is growing. The Canadians, the Europeans, the Chinese, they were already here and they're building. I live in a complex. I have a house here, and Maya was here, and they're building all around me. They're building a train, the Mayan train station, which will go throughout the whole state of Quintana Roo and the joining state. They are building up a lot of the larger cities, and a lot of the smaller rural communities are starting to see some growth as well. But there is some, there is some concern. But as far as Black people and issues around the cartel and all the rumors about the cartel don't want us. We ain't got no money. So if people come in here to deal with drugs and get into trouble, and that's when they're going to have problems. But we don't see a lot of problems with the cartel. I drove my car across the country from California to Playa del Carmen. Everybody told me not to do it. I was going to get harassed. I was going to get extorted. None of that happened to me. It was a beautiful experience. So we need to come here and act like we want to learn about the country and integrate with the people in the community. There's so many possibilities here, but we have to come here and do things differently versus how we've been doing things in the United States.
Yes, yes. Gracias por tu información y trabajo.
Gracias. Come visit. Any other questions? Victorious, you're on.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I just saw a note that said pass. I saw a note that said let's pass to Victorious. Was that right? And then I can respond to comments in the chat too. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for having me.
All right, so my name is Victoria Swanjiro, and I'm currently based in Ghana, West Africa. And I'm the founder of Khalifa Consulting and the Universal Family Network. So the Universal Family Network is a mutual aid network. It's registered here in Ghana as an NGO, but basically it's a mutual aid network, and we focus around education and wellness. And so basically we call out to our network of educators and healers. That's I guess the communities that I represent as a former educator in the Oakland and San Francisco school district, and as a holistic healer, reaching out to these networks of educators and healers that are wanting to visit the continent, but also come to be a bridge, as Sister Lisa was sharing about her work in Mexico. And so with our mutual aid works, we reach out to these teachers and healers to bring laptops, books, school supplies, educational materials, because as Lisa was saying too, it's about this bridging. It's about sharing our resources and the abundance that we have as diasporans, Americans, because we do have an American passport. Probably most of you all on this call have an American passport. It has power, it has weight, it has strength. So let's utilize our privileges to support these communities that we're going into. If not, there will be upheaval, right? And so by supporting the youth and supporting education, it softens the hearts of the people whose communities we're coming into, right? It shows, oh, these people are wanting to give, they're investing into our children, and what way to better show your allegiance and love and camaraderie than by offering services and resources to the children in the community. And so that's kind of our angle with the work that we're doing, is coming with resources, and it allows us to kind of move and engage with the people in a smooth way. We currently have 16 plots of land. We are securing our headquarters in Accra. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home. We have a classroom that we have built. We have a library and a store that we have built. We have the community youth come. We provide after-school services, so out-of-school services. During the holidays, when they're off of school, they're with us. Sometimes 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Some days I'm just like, I'm not opening the gate because the kids come all the time. But it's a blessing. And we have another plot of land in the Ashanti region. And really, for what I can say that we need is we need more, I'll say, youth, right? Younger folks, you know, out of high school in their 20s and 30s coming over here. Ghana has a lot of people that come just for, you know, the holidays or visiting, or a lot of people that come to retire, but not a lot of people that are willing to put down roots and put in the work for what needs to be done, right? We need the infrastructure, we need the minds that, and the education that we have benefited from by being in the diaspora. So take your brilliance and let's bring it to the continent, partner with our brothers and sisters here, and create, you know, these sanctuary spaces, these intentional communities that we're speaking of. So I can go on and on, but I'd love to just hear from you all. Any questions, comments, concerns about repatriation, intentional housing, mutual aid? I'm here for it. Anyone? Oh yes, you can. Can people maybe unmute themselves or put it in the chat box, because I forgot. You guys can unmute yourself. Okay, Marielle Turner has a question. Are we able to unmute them? And Rico is trying to raise their hand. Marielle, Rico, can we unmute them? I want to hear what they want to talk about. Repaired Nations, are you guys able to unmute Rico?
1 second,
and
please.
Marielle?
Yes.
Turner? Or if you guys can put it in the chat.
Rico, I started with you. You should be able to unmute.
Hello. So yeah, I'm here. My question is, how would you expect people to, or youthful people to come there and live? Like, how do they pay for things? What sort of job resources or financial resources do you expect a person that's coming from America to have, or to be able to expect when they get there?
You know, that's a great question, Rico Harris. So I would say, to be honest, there's so many possibilities, right? You can come with $5,000 and open up a barbershop, a hair salon, right? You can come, we really need a lot of consciousness around mindful eating. So some sister friends from Cali are opening up, they're starting out a vegetarian food restaurant, a raw food restaurant, because that's not here, right? So any idea that we have, if you're able to come with the startup cost, you can manifest it and womanifest it here. What about apps like Fiverr, where you can work remotely anywhere in the world as an independent contractor or consultant, right? You can make flyers and graphics online, and people can pay you anywhere in the world $100 per graphic, $300 per logo, right? And so you don't need to be dependent on an institution, a corporation to say, give you a job. You can create your own business for yourself. It doesn't take much to get a domain name, have a website, and create your own platforms to share whatever services that you may have, right? The youth, like, we're young, we're creative. If you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. That's what I will say. If you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. Partnering also too with the people on the ground. That's what I did. The house that we are renting, that we're going to be buying, I had some of my people on the ground find the place, look into where can we get a 5-bedroom house affordable, right? And for under $100,000, we are in the process of securing a 5-bedroom house, right? Doing online classes, workshops, inviting people to come to Ghana for healing retreats and training on holistic health, right? That's my dream. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I am doing, right? And it's through the help of others here on the ground and in our network that we're able to make it happen. So I would say for people that want to come, connect with us here on the ground. We will make a way for you. We will make it happen. Don't go blindly. Set things up for yourself, right? So some people wanted to say, forget America, I'm out of here, I'm not doing anything, I'm not gonna pay my taxes or keep up with this. I still do. I still have my business registered in the States, my business taxes, all that stuff, my bank account, because with doing business online, running my businesses, it's advantageous that I still am connected to America in some way to push the works that I want to do. So I would also say, set something up for yourself, either so that you can get paid virtually or digitally, or come with a little startup capital, maybe $5,000-$10,000, and it will take you along, it will take you far, especially now, unfortunately, the CD weight is dropping and the dollar is stronger. So your dollar now has more weight, almost 10 times as much. $1 now is about equivalent to 10 CDs. So you take 10,000 CD, I mean, $10,000, it's worth 100,000 CDs. I'm sure that's enough startup cost for some basic type of business, maybe not a big, large scale, but what about manufacturing things like chocolates, which is a big, cocoa is produced here, but it's manufactured in the West. What about manufacturing things like mangoes, drying them out, ginger candy, cashews, right? We produce so much cashews here, but all of this is exported. If 5 of y'all piece up with me and we all put in 5,000, we can have our own manufacturing and manufacture our own cashews and our own chocolate and stop having to outsource, right? So these are just a couple of ideas. We could talk more if you guys want to get into more of this, because you can see I'm excited about these conversations. Told these youth Rico to hit me up, khalifaconsulting.com, email me, and we can build more on strategizing to support people and coming over and creating businesses for themselves, for their family, for their community. Any other questions? Are you all able to hear me?
Yes, I had one.
Okay, last question, Marielle, and then Brother Soul Charge, one of my comrades here on the ground, is up next. And the last thing I would say is to networking, community building, right? I am at the home right now of Kala Cambone and Dr. Obadele Cambone, who are also from the diaspora. They have been here for 16 years. Their parents are here. I did a talk on their platform. They have their own app, so we can get off of these other apps and get on our own. They have one. I'll also put it in the chat, a BB to me. They asked me to speak on wound care, and just speaking online to their platform, we were able, people paid to come to these workshops. So just doing online talks, people send in their money anywhere in the world, you can get paid. So by networking, collaborating with others, your community will support you and your financial abundance and liberation. Marielle, I'm here.
Hi. I'm in Mexico in the same town as Lisa Riley. Hi, Lisa. Okay, we have a great time here. It's beautiful here. And we're so happy we're gone. The oppression is gone that I used to feel every day in the United States is gone now that I'm here. I wanted to go to Africa originally. And long story and everything, and just came to Mexico. But they were talking about vaccinations for Rwanda, where I was supposed to go. And I know they don't have to do that there in Ghana, but and that's wonderful. I wanted to get some information about because my ancestors are Ashanti. Like my from what I understand, there's a big festival there every year. I want to go to that and connect with my family. I would love to do that. And I was wondering if you would know anybody in so that I can connect with the Ingrams that came from the Bahamas are Ashanti from Ghana. And that's the family I belong to. So I wanted to know, who do I connect with there in Ghana to get, attached to my family?
All right. Well, that's a whole long one, but we do have.
And I had to sit down. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Marielle. Yeah, we do have networks and community in the Ashanti region. We do have land in the Ashanti region. Actually, Soul is up next. Soul helped to clear our land that we have there. And really, to be honest, it's sitting there. Our land, we have, like I said, 16 plots. All 14 of the 16 plots are sitting there just because we don't have enough people to work them. We just put in our cashew trees and cassava and some other medicinal plants, but that's what I will say. Soul is up next. Inbox him, inbox me, tap in with us. You just have to be on the ground, connect with your ancestors, do your ancestry lineage. It's a long journey, but first step is just getting on the ground. Soul Charge, you there, brother? I'm gonna pass it to you.
Quickly, my middle name is Victoria too.
Yay! Okay, so.
Greetings all, I am present. How are you?
Wonderful.
Yeah, so all that Victoria just said was true. I'm enjoying exponentially my experience here in Ghana. I wouldn't have been able to stay 2 years if it wasn't for the Universal Family Network and all of its benefits. I was sent here by my father and mother to change how the common people view church and spirituality. I've been studying metaphysics and massage therapy and chakras and Reiki since 2016. And I'm developing my movement called Soul Charge, where we come together and we honor, embellish the spirit inside of us, the electromagnetic frequency that is generated by our heart. So we do different activities to stimulate our chakras. And it was growing pretty large, maybe like 20, 30 people before I left California in 2020. And I'm still continuing here with men, women, and children. I've been going to many different regions like Takoradi and Abri, getting partnerships with people who have guest houses out there and who need support in renovating. I was just introduced Michael to my good friend, Brother Duke, who has a sanctuary type garden called Nature's Cradle that's right next to the Adam waterfall. And he's going to turn into an Airbnb. I'm working with people, diasporans with Soul Charge directly, introducing it to Ghanaians as much as I can. And I'm also in 2 musical bands with our good partner, King Soma. He's teaching us how to play Ngoni, how to make Ngoni, how to make drums, and all of the beautiful decor that Victorious is wearing now. So we're learning about farming. At the end of the year, we're going to have a doula training. I'm really excited as a man to be a part of natural home birth as a form of, just masculine and feminine coming together to curate righteousness. I think that the type of personality that I have is really well with feminine energy, and I want to inspire more men to take women's goals more seriously.
Also, I want to say that it's an honor to have. So I just wanted to let everybody know that we're honored to have you as a part of our team because you grew up in the States, but you're able to help balance the energy with the divine masculine and feminine because the patriarchy here is prevalent, and soul helps the men tap into being in balance with their masculine and feminine energies. And so we also thank soul for that.
Yeah, just like Delhi God.
Questions for our brother Soul? Please put them in the chat. Also, I would like to say that Cooperative Consulting and the Universal Family would not be as successful if it wasn't for our team, like Soul, Paul, like Vivian, like Soma. So we're only as strong as the people around us.
We are.
There's a question in the chat. How do you get men engaged in the holistic aspects? Please, Soul, speak to that. How do you get engaged?
I take them out of their
men
comfort.
engaged.
Take them out of their comfort zone. I remember I injured myself, so I soak my feet as often as I can with hot water, lemon, and salt. And I was doing it one day, and one of my colleagues was making fun of me. Like, oh, it's a ladies thing. Ladies thing. Self-care by women live longer than men. You should try it. So then the next couple of days, Victoria's ran him some water, and we soaked his feet. He loved it. I'm also teaching them about intimacy and massage and how it's different from sexuality. It's close. It's a close line, but intimacy is so much broader. Like just sitting with somebody and signing their hand, or sharing a meal, or just really listening to them when they talk. I like pushing people outside their comfort zones with mantra chants, dances, new experiences of self-care.
Lisa's asking you, John, are you consulting or hosting any webinars?
Yes, I have consulting webinars. I haven't had any ones planned at the moment, but people are interested in knowing more about soul charge, charging their chakras, and inner child. We can schedule ones or group ones.
And I would say just do it. Just have events, just hold programs. At our house for my team, we had a wellness day where, we soaked our feet and we gave massages, like just having activities that are wellness-based activities engages everyone to be involved. And who's going to say no to a massage? What man is going to say no to having their feet in nice warm water and getting a foot massage? And then we integrate, meditation and eating well, so you just have to finesse it in there.
Yes, I saw your comment, Lisa. I would like to get in touch with you and organize a webinar for your brothers.
Yes, Lisa. I just gave birth to my firstborn son a month ago at home. I remember thinking in labor how my husband's energy was calming to me. It was him that took me out of my trance for the final push because my son was turning purple. He told me to fight, and now he is with us here today. I'm excited for what you are doing and how many women you can save. Peace be upon you. Give thanks. Basha. Well, as we're waiting for the next speaker, I also want to encourage you all, I'm going to put it in the chat, a BB2Me, ABITUTUMI.com. Baba Obadele Kambon is teaching Tree right now. They teach over 10 different classes, Yoruba, Wolof, Tree, Hausa, Ewe. As Lisa was speaking earlier, we need to learn the language of the land where we're going. Do not go to a country ignorant and wonder why you have a problem engaging with the locals. Even if all you can say is, buenas, me llamo Victoria, you know, smile, just be gracious. Some little gesture goes a long way, right? So please educate yourselves, learn these languages. And I put a bb2me.com if you are interested in coming to the continent, learning some Swahili, Meduneter, Baba Campo and his team teach Indigenous African languages.
Hamana e Hamana is a beautiful event that brings together Black female entrepreneurs and Latina female entrepreneurs who come together and showcase their absolutely amazing talents. I'm so happy to be part of this sponsorship.
Well, it's the first time I do something like this, but I'm really grateful for the invitation and the space. It's beautiful.
This kind of community is like something cool for us, like for women to know our works, and we can like share with other people like what we do.
I absolutely love Lisa, and I think what she's doing is amazing. She's bringing women together from all over, and she's helping us to learn different things about entrepreneurship and business and really what's needed here.
Hi, my name is Nubia Young, and I am the founder and CEO of Black in Tulum. Hermana e Hermana is a wonderful resource for women of color to come together and support one another from all different walks of life. It's been a pleasure to be here to speak, to meet these beautiful young ladies who are here visiting, also living, and also who have careers and businesses here in Mexico. So be sure to check out Hermana e Hermana at the next event.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Great. Thank you for all the great information. If you'd like to reach out to any of the panelists, Sha'ara will be posting their social media info into the chat. So next up, Repatriation staff was able to travel to New Orleans and Jackson, Mississippi this year. We wanted to share with you some amazing connections we made with Co-op New Orleans and Co-op Jackson in room 1. In the breakout room, Repatriation's great friend and cooperator, Yao Asare, has all the ins and outs of how to gain citizenship in Ghana without all the drama. If you ever thought about moving there, this is for you. The breakout room should open up now.